I mean, I couldn't help it. I mean, it was really cool. Just don't tell my wife, because I mean, I was there. It was at Target, and there she was, and you could just tell the whole time she was just checking me out. I mean, it was her job because it's the scanner girl, but still.
When you say you had a joke, I don't know why I assumed a good one. I don't know. That's on me. That's on me.
There's only one way to cure this, and we gotta cue.
Zap Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Another cure is to read the comment about
Man, Florida. This show just leveled up.
What's up?
Yeah, I like the new Joe.
Much better hair.
He got a tan.
Course, the oldest Joe, he was more of a Microsoft guy. This time we went Sony.
I like it. What's up, guys?
You're the only one.
How's it going?
What's happening?
Oh, all right. Well, it's Thursday night. I'm glad to be back after a 2-week hiatus. Glad to see all of y'all. If you're watching us here live on YouTube, make sure that you're 1, a subscriber, 2, that you ring that notification bell, 3, kielbasa slam that like button because it really helps us out. And also, if you're watching us here live, you got to participate in that live chat over there. Come in, drop a line. We've already got a lot of cool folks hanging out in there with us tonight. We'll be interacting with you all throughout the course of the episode. So we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about, and of course, we've got an interesting discussion for tonight that I know there's going to be a lot of feelings on, because when you talk about Hasbro and you talk about pricing, emotions run high. So, well, without further ado, I guess we'll
ExtraZero back.
Yeah, Zero House is my name for the night. I went and sold my house. That was official yesterday. So Lex and I are looking. Oh, thank you. It's fun. I dropped that nugget when I did the collection tour. It's like, I'm thinking about selling my house and have a bigger collection room. So
since we're already on you, how are you doing? What did you get?
I am doing well. I'm tired. I'll tell you that much. Let me see if I can pull up the photos. So, a lot of people are probably first question I'm sure a lot of people have is, what did you do with your collection? Well, let me see if I can. Of course, Google wants to open this in a photo editor, which is fun. But here, I got a 10 by 30 storage unit. So, go ahead and show you there. That was the before. That was March 12th, the day I got it. And then this was last Saturday when we finished putting everything in. So we completely filled that storage unit. So huge shout out and thanks to the friends and family that helped with all that. That's not where the bulk of my collection is. Like certain things that have like rubber bits, like a lot of my fans' toys and things that are super expensive, like my SOC pieces and some of my MPs that have rubber tires. I boxed those up separately and they went to my aunt and uncle's house so they could be in a climate controlled environment. But like a lot of like my Chug and some of the earlier or less expensive MPs I put in there. But yeah, it's been an experience. It's been an experience to move a large collection. Maybe I'll do like a piece like talking about that, like one of those hey, what to do if you're planning on moving a large collection. Just kind of like some pro tips. It might make for an interesting piece. Like maybe we can do a discussion. Like Dave and Joe could probably chime in. And yeah, no effort. It is dark in here. This is my makeshift office. We're staying with Lex's parents. They have a whole upstairs that they don't use, which is awesome because got some space. I actually have
nice to start from scratch though. You can do whatever you want.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get a front light while I'm here, but I don't hope to be here too long because we're already like primed and ready to start looking at houses. And it's also nice that we don't have to worry about renting in between or rushing into a new house. And very thankful and gracious that they're letting us stay here while we look. We're also looking to be closer to them. As for what I got, I guess we'll start off with I got the I don't think he's unmasked. I guess the face version of Batman Beyond from McFarlane, and I also got the Target exclusive mouthplate version with the appropriate batarangs. I've been messing with them. This is probably my favorite of the DC multiverse figures so far.
Which one's better?
I haven't opened this one yet, but I can tell you this looks better. And but the faceplate version, he comes with the batarangs, and the batarangs are awesome. Whereas you get a inaccurate batarang with this one, but you get the blast effects. But like normally, I'm not a Build-A-Figure guy, but this Future's End Batman looks pretty damn cool.
That's the one that's got the big wings to it too, right?
Yeah. The weird like tentacle thing. I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah, so I actually do want to like for like a weird one-off because I also want to get Shriek and what are the other two figures you need?
Light and Batwoman.
Yeah, so I'll probably finish that out. I like the fact it's like a four figure Build-A-Figure, and they're like so spaced out that it's not like you're gonna have to like buy them all at once. So I think it's an interesting strategy by McFarlane. I'm curious to see how it pans out for him. And lastly, I got Kingdom Ultra Magnus and Huffer.
How many Ultra Magnuses you got now?
3. I've got the Dead one, the Siege one, and now the Kingdom one. And if you can only get one, I would say, even though he comes with less stuff, this is the best looking of the 3. And I really do like the light piping that he's got going on. Not normally like a big fan of light piping on Masterpiece, but on like the Chug figures, this it's hard to tell in this room, but like when I first got them out, I was like, oh, those eyes look really cool. And then I noticed they were light piped. And while it's dark in here, I actually have a window over there, which I'm used to being in a basement with a lot of lights. So it's interesting just to have one light here. Huffer surprised the heck out of me. He has to be probably my favorite deluxe out of the line. Like he's dethroned Warpath, he's dethroned Black Arachnia. There's really, I guess I understand now why people can't find him on the shelf, because he is pretty damn cool. So that's it for me. As we'll cut to Dave. I understand.
Uh-oh.
I accidentally hit remove from stream on myself when I was trying to minimize. Dave,
man, what a cliffhanger!
I know, right? Oh God! And then I got cut off when I said, Dave, I understand you have a pretty big haul. Wait, okay. We have a bunch.
The videos.
All right. All
right.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well. I just wrapped up probably one of the well, if you guys have been watching it all week, all month, you guys know it's been a busy time. So it has. I just wrapped up a crazy month. The heck? That was going weird in my focus. Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah, okay. Stay focused, Dave. Stay focused.
Is this thing on? But it's been a crazy ass week, and to be done, I got some small stuff, and then on the way home, I went by Target, and it was like all there. Like I only need literally, I think I just need 3 figures, and I'll be caught up, I think, on everything.
So for once, the collecting gods smiled upon you as you walked through the front doors of Target.
Pretty much. Now, as long as all my I would just say this. I'm going with the last that might have a lot of overlays. So if you guys have it, for the sake of time, just say, I got it too. Okay? Trust me. Like, for example, like Batman Beyond. We know Zero's got it. So, got him.
Beyond.
Got Huffer.
No, don't throw.
Then we literally got Chainsaw Wonder Woman.
Throw her. Throw her.
Superman. So this is the Build a Dark Batman, Dark Father. So I got
Jealous.
Jesus Christ.
the Robin King and Metal with the guitar. So I got the entire wave in one shot. Also, because whenever Target cancels something from me, got Injustice Flash.
Nice.
And Gorilla Grodd.
I haven't
I've
seen,
never seen him.
I haven't seen any of those DC figures you just showed.
Then Shang-Chi. I got my own Katie. Because every man should have a Katie.
I was first.
Wen Wu, which I'm actually really excited for this guy.
I would like to talk about that movie tonight.
The AI Tony Stark, which I'll probably just keep with the shell head. And finally, the Civil Warrior, which is probably my least one on one of the least, but hey. So so pretty much I need to find Death Dealer, the girl with the rope, which if you've ever watched Boog from ACBA, he reviewed almost all the line, and he had a really good picture of all the Shang-Chi guys together, and they look really good. But I need, Death Dealer, her, and the Guardian Predator, and I will pretty much be caught up. I said I found Huffer. I haven't been able to find Air Razor, so I had to resort to finding a third-party scalper guy to mail me one. So,
at least it's taken care of.
Yes. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it's like I've sat here, I'm like, that there. And I just came with a little basket, and like I'm sitting there with a basket full, and my arm, I'm like, oh God, I want to get people are gonna judge me. I'm like, well, screw it.
They're judging us anyway, Dave. You should at least have the figures too.
Jesus. I know you wanted to see it.
He's having anxiety right now.
I absolutely. My OCD is going crazy right now.
Trust me. So when you see the rest of the place, it's actually not too bad, believe it or not. But I do clean up twice a week, and then trash it again when setting my display. But it's fun, and I don't do that with NECA figures or imports. Or imports. So don't worry.
We need to talk about Shang-Chi later. I need some discussion on that.
Okay, cool. But that was my week, and I hope you guys all enjoyed.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
That's what Marvel people called him.
But do they know any better?
I don't know. But Matt, how you doing?
That's a beautiful segue, Dave. Hi, everybody. I'm doing just fine. Rather uninteresting, uneventful week for me. I work tomorrow, so I do work some Fridays.
That's not an extra large shirt, is it?
What's that?
That's not an extra large shirt, is it?
This?
Yeah.
It's a small.
No. I super can't fit it.
It's nice. So this week's one of those weeks where a lot of pre-orders worked out to come together into sort of it's not a mega haul, but if I had to categorize it, it'd be like, I guess you'd say this haul is thick. Did I get? So let's start with the least interesting stuff. I got me a cheap Raptor, which is cool. Everybody should get themselves a cheap Raptor. I mean, if you don't have one of these yet, grab one because they're super awesome. And they were one of my top 5 toys of the year last year. And to get them for $10 is money.
Oh, where did you get them for $10?
That was actually 2 years ago.
What's that?
I was just where did you get him for $10? Was he?
Yeah, he was 10.
Yeah, but like, what was he like? The White Marsh target?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I bounced between Bel Air, Aberdeen, and I think this was from Aberdeen.
I think all of them are $10, pretty much.
The Delta is hanging at 15. Last I scanned one,
That's
but the Echo is 10. So I'm sure the Delta will fall as well. I think I have one. I think I have one squirreled away somewhere at one of the targets. I don't do that though. I'm the last one, last guy to get a Zartan. So I finally got my Zartan. Got my Zartan on. So that just leaves the 3 that I need that everybody else needs.
I can
Major
assure
Blood.
you're not the last.
Oh yeah, I thought you already had yours.
No, Pulse delayed mine. Still.
Gotcha. Okay. Second to last.
Should've
Very
went
uninteresting.
Should have went Amazon.
And actually, I
So-
canceled my Pulse because I thought I was going to get out of the line, and then I guilted myself into getting back into it. And I did order from Amazon, and that's where that one came from. It took 2 months, but
Instead
I
of
finally got
having
it.
your finger on the pulse, you gave your finger to the pulse.
I gave up the Pulse. In fact, I'm not even subscribed to them anymore because fuck that. Although they'll inevitably drop an exclusive on there that I'm going to want. So I didn't know this existed, so I got a Hot Wheels Thunder Tank. I didn't know this was a thing. It's also a $5 thing, which I was kind of stupid to get, but I liked it. So
I like it.
I like it too. And it even moves a little bit.
I think if I spent $5 on that and then I saw that it did the Paul thing, I would feel like no bad emotions about it.
I have mild emotions, neither good nor bad, but it's cool. It'll sit on my desk and collect dust with other things. For my birthday, which was in February, my wife ordered for me a figure that finally came in. I have the Play Arts Kai Tifa Lockhart from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And this figure is pretty fucking awesome. She's super articulated compared to the other Play Arts Kai figure I have, which is the Cindy from Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
The
Booty
only-
accurate.
Yeah, the booty's pretty flat. But the chest is not, so bonus points.
The suspenders are pliable, or they're just fixed that way?
Nope, they're pliable. In fact, they can feed down into the pants if you want to adjust them.
Huh.
So, yep, they're super bendy. So, backside and front side, and the hair. There's multiple hair pieces, so you can have it swooshing in different directions. Different face. There's 2 different faces. Play Arts Kai though, like the faces are not ever really super animated, so it's kind of this mundane expression. That's pretty much the she's of age. Get the hell out of here.
Does she have red eyes?
Yeah. Yes, she does. See if I can get that.
I mean, the decoys were of age, so
But the only complaint I have with it is the facial expression is sort of, like I said, sort of lackluster, but it still looks good. And then the knees on her are pretty weak. But I do have the stand, so she comes with a stand, so she's cool. So that was a birthday gift from my wife.
How big did you say? That's not 6 inches, right? That looks big.
No, this is I think this is a 1/7 figure.
That's pretty big.
It's one tier below Hot Toys, so it's still doesn't fit in with anything else.
Yeah,
And
they're
then
between
today,
9 and 10 inches.
yeah. Today I got in my last bit of the haul, which was I got a Big Bad Toy Store shipment of some Beast boxes. I got in the Jetsam, which is their sea turtle. That's what he looks like right there. And yeah, I got him right here. I got him here. He's in box mode. And I got in the dragon.
let me know how that dragon is.
The dragon is awesome. He also is in his box. And the last thing to round it all out, and I will be done, is this guy, which I haven't even opened yet. It is the Iron Factory. It's part of their Ninja line.
Ooh.
The Iron Factory EX46. What the hell is his real name?
Bludgeon.
Thank you, Bludgeon. So I haven't even opened it yet. He looks cool. All the reviews on him had him super well painted up, which is kind of what I was about. And he's more articulated than he looks with all those armor pieces, so I was intrigued. Plus, I love that little tank, that spider tank.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be probably messing with him later tonight. Look at the head on there. I'll see if when I eventually get him out.
I
I'll
like
show
the spider tank mode better than the actual tank mode.
Do you have it, or are you just talking from pictures and reviews?
From aesthetics, yeah.
From aesthetics, yeah. So super premium box for Iron Factory too. I like that. I think I got the last one because they sold out afterwards. So sorry about you. That's it. That's everything from me. So let's see. T-Man 978. Let's ride our segue over to your house.
I got a wrap. I also bought Aang, best action. They don't spell it right, but best action Aang. I have a review on my channel.
I watched it.
Fell off. Look at this. Whee! Chong or Shang-Chi, whichever one it is. The face, I don't know if it looks like the actor, but it looks definitely like a real person. It's almost creepy.
It kind of looks like Steven Yeun. Is it Yeun? Or he played Glenn.
It does a little, yeah.
He has super ab crunch both directions.
Wow.
Like I said, I think he was the guy who was the actor is the guy who played the drunken master in Iron Fist if he suffered all the way through it.
So he got repurposed, just like I can't even pronounce his name. The guy that's going to be Blade next.
Marshall Ali.
Yeah. Oh, I can say that. The other guy that played Mordo, the man that played Mordo. Holy crap! Civil Warrior. Which isn't going to be mine after I did a review. AI Tony. Katie. Sunglasses edition.
I thought you weren't going to buy the AI Tony.
I thought it was a different Tony, and I ordered it by accident. So then I got Civil Warrior, so I can just need to build a figure. But Katie doesn't feel like putting up with y'all's shit. Winwoo. I think this is pronounced Xiling.
That's one of the ones I need.
I don't. Death Dealer.
Also, the other one I need.
I feel like the Death Dealer is going to be the hardest one to find.
Modok.
Mine comes Sunday.
It's in a box with no window, so you don't know what you're going to get. And this is probably going to be the future, so that they can stop putting plastic in the back. And I feel like there's something else besides the best thing that I picked up. Triclops. I always wanted him and Manny faces, so I need to find Manny faces.
You did say you would find him before you saw me again, so you were right.
All right.
No McFarlane this week?
No, I think I showed what you call him last week, the Battle System.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have a McFarlane I forgot about.
Well, you can go
Bullshit.
because I'm done.
That I take. You know what? And then I took that personally because once again, I freaking talked so much crap about him, and here I am buying all his crap, buying it all now.
I mean,
Well-
McFarlane's figures look great. They really look good.
One thing interesting about the Katie is she has on this long dress right here. It's open on the side, I guess, for articulation purposes. But they gave her the pinless joints, even though you will rarely see her legs.
I guarantee the customizers are going to buy her and just cut off the dress.
Oh, you could do that right now. Let's see.
I'm just saying that's one of the reasons why. I bet she's going to be real. These are going to be really good custom fodder.
T-Man breaks his figure live.
Wait for that.
The videos.
There, no one had to see it.
That ball joint is in there really, really, really good. But she has all that.
Mine can't do that.
Yeah. Make her. But yeah. This is somebody who I hear is funny, but I can't tell you anything that she's done.
She
Does
has
what?
almost a Gilbert Godfrey level of annoying voice, but she is funny. She is funny.
She does a lot of cringe humor.
Yeah, she does. She's almost got this deep, raspy, like 10 packs of cigarette a day voice, like this grating. But she is funny.
They sure didn't make her look funny. She just looks like
Bored.
so pissed, or like she just woke up and she got some bad news. But Sony, since you're here, welcome. Did you
Hello,
get
everyone.
anything cool?
What's up?
You can lie to us.
Yeah.
I did not get anything near what you guys got. I do an action figure though, so that's
You
surprising.
can show more than Transformers if it's not a Transformer.
I know the rules have changed. I got this guy. So this is the KO number 3. So it's got silver legs. I was just in the middle of the review. That's why I have him in this mode. But
Does it talk in car mode? I can't remember.
no, the button's covered up. But it's actually good this time. So the third time was a charm. They finally made it right. It's really good. I'm in the middle of the review for that. Monday, somebody sent me a whole box of stuff. And Monday, I got to look at the Bad Cube Swerve, which I've never seen before.
That's a good one.
It was all right. I mean, it's fine. It's the only one. There's no other Swerve out there. Got this thing. I like it.
Is that the Target exclusive?
No, fuck the Target exclusive. This is the Burning Gundam, God Gundam.
Gotcha.
So it's in the current wave, but it's really nice because it's got some paint on it for once. Most of the time, they don't put any paint on these. And then this is really special. Somebody sent this to me. I thought for review, but then they just gave it to me. So
Wow.
this is
Oh shit!
this is a Giga Power God Enter, their version
And
of
the
Sleep.
blue one, no less.
Yes, it's super shiny and crazy. It's really nice.
Shiny.
So I tried to refuse it. The guy just he
Do you
insisted.
have the Fans Toys one already?
I do. So I'm gonna do a versus. That's coming
Sweet.
up. It's coming up. And then I'm going to premiere. So I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt. So I'm gonna premiere my sound effect for Star Wars. I don't know where my mic is. I don't know if you guys could hear that.
We could. Yeah.
That's my
I heard
laser. And that's all I got.
All right.
That's enough.
All right.
One thing
Oh,
I
and I
forgot
did
was
clean
the Necron Warrior. I got this guy too.
That's older, right?
I think it's part of the first wave of the Warhammer stuff that just came out.
The Warhammer looks really nice.
This is amazing. I almost want to army build this, and I despise spending money on a figure more than once. And I almost want to get a few more of these guys because he's just that good. He's awesome.
I'm sorry. I love this GIF.
I'm going to take gift rights away from you because,
No.
God damn it.
Did anyone get the big red guy? The Warhammer?
Yes, I did.
I really like the look of that. I picked it up, put it in my cart, and put it back.
It's hefty, but yeah.
I was like,
Don't worry, kids. I did clean up the floor. See, Sony.
I think he has in mind more than just the boxes that were right there in the middle. I think the problem is more than that.
If we see
Did you
Dr.
throw him too?
Zazio.
don't throw him. He's heavy. and big.
Yeah, the red one, the Red Space Marine is okay as far as articulation goes because it uses a heavy flamer, so he doesn't hold it as well. But it's imposing. I do kind of want to get now more Space Marines. Fuck.
But they're $20, so it's not so bad.
All right.
No, there are some
more
other
time.
versions.
I've seen them for under $20 on Amazon, so keep a lookout.
Yeah, I think I linked it in the chat when they were 13.
Yeah,
So
both of them. That skeleton dude and the red
He was
one.
13. I would buy another one again for 13 and not bitch as much.
I never saw the Necrons here. I haven't seen the Necrons down here. Hopefully they'll appear.
all right. Well, speaking of stuff we want to spend money on, let's get into.
Do you have
get
some
into-
news?
I of course I have news. All right, so it's interesting, like how Hasbro has kind of stealth dropped this whole Shattered Glass line. I want to say, was it like the beginning of the year or late last year? They had the pre-orders go live for Optimus and Ratchet in the 2-pack, and I picked that up. I like Shattered Glass. I never got the BotCon sets, so it's kind of cool to see them doing this through Pulse. And I mean, it's not just exclusive to Pulse. I mean, obviously you'll be able to get these through BBTS, Chosen Prime, and wherever you choose to buy your figures. It's interesting that these are actually coming bundled with comics, which I think is pretty cool, and they're variant covers. So we get a look at Megatron. This is the Earthrise Megatron, from what I can tell, kind of heavily modified. Let's see here. Let me let's go to TFW. We'll pull their pictures here.
So, I mean, against obviously the remold factor is the biggest thing with this, but look at the alt mode of this thing.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, there is no remolding. They just added more parts to plug into the siege ports.
It's his legs folded up.
Yes.
Yep. That's the only cool thing is they added those extra pieces to what you already get. They still included the big sword, and it's still $30. That's the only cool part, and it comes with a comic book.
Yeah.
Other than that,
where is the sword in the alt mode?
Right there. Oh,
no, I mean, like in the alt mode, does it even integrate? Does it even integrate into the alt mode? I mean, would the sword be sticking out over the cockpit piece?
I saw somebody using wings from something else and plugged it into a regular Siege Megatron. They used them from Devastator, the Combiner Wars Devastator.
No, I saw Patriot Prime put G1 Starscream's wings in him.
You know what? I hope you guys enjoy it. Me, it's not gracing my shelf.
Yeah.
I wish there was another mold that they could have used. To be honest, I wish that maybe they could have done this. I pre-ordered it.
Called it.
Yeah, we know.
I said when I saw it, I said, I wanted it. I want to get these Shattered Glass figures. I have Blur on pre-order as well. I have Ratchet and Optimus.
I'll give them this. There's a lot of pieces in that box. Like, look how many extra pieces you're getting.
Yeah. I do wish he had a different facial expression. It's interesting because of all the Megatrons they've done, they actually gave so for Siege we had the standard, the Netflix, and we had the G2. For Earthrise we had the standard. Actually, no. For Siege we had the spoiler pack, the Netflix, the G2, and the standard, and the cell shaded. So we had 5. For Earthrise, we had the G2, the standard, and this. So that's 8 Megatrons total. But the G2 one has the G2 Siege has a different head. It actually has like the IDW minor Megatron head. I of all the for all the work they did with the parts, I kind of wish that they had given him like a more heroic looking face rather than this kind of like frump grimace thing he's got going on. He's got like the Netflix and DSLs. Somebody on Facebook, and I wish I had saved it. This is the same pose that Optimus made in the movie when he transformed.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I like about this.
I can guarantee you can't do that though.
You can get this pose out of him, but you can't get too many others. And the thing is, like with that face he's got going on, it's not going to have the same effect because this is not a heroic face.
Well,
I like the color.
Don't know what he's looking like behind that mask.
What was that thing?
Said you don't know what Optimus looks like behind the mask.
He didn't have a furrowed brow. I'll say that much.
Oh.
So, I want this. I don't reluctantly want it. I think it's cool, but I wish they had gone the extra mile. just to be honest.
Yeah, just give him a new face sculpt or some new molded part.
I am happy for you guys.
Anybody in the chat getting this? Chime in.
I stand next to T-Man in happiness for you guys.
So,
I can
Daniel
believe they
H.
have as many of him as they have of Seekers.
Daniel H. chimed in about the Warhammer figures. Bought them for $15 at GameStop. So check.
Ooh, I will keep
your
my eye out.
GameStops.
That's
Same.
Yeah, EJ said, why didn't they just use the Titans Return Galvatron Super Megatron mold, if not a new? You know what? That would have been fantastic, since they're still using that mold, and that would have been a good way to make that Super Megatron commercially available. They absolutely could have done that and slipped in, new faces with it.
I think that figure is more than Voyager class now. By
Yes,
today's standards.
but this is a Generation Selects figure. This doesn't have to fit any price point. This can fit a custom price point. So if
You
you're
use
going to
more
charge,
plastic than they want to use.
yeah, but I mean, they could still get away with charging $50 for it, and people would still buy it.
They're pulling that con off with the freaking C-cons.
Yeah, that they are.
I wouldn't have bought that either. So, next.
But yep.
Yep. Next.
So Zero, did you buy the blur too?
Yes, I did. I pre-ordered that. I think that looks awesome, and I
So
never
you're
got.
in for the whole Shattered Glass line then.
I think so, and the thing is, going back to the what I was saying about a new face sculpt, they gave Blur a new face sculpt. They remolded his head, they gave him the eye patch, they gave him like a more villainous expression, and I really wish they had just done that for Megatron. I mean, it's not like Megatron is a minor character. It kind of baffles me that Megatron is such a major character in Transformers, and yet his figures are oftentimes a complete afterthought when it comes to what Hasbro is willing to produce. Like, they cut a lot of corners with that character.
The only time I'll disagree with that, I mean, I'm with you for most of that, except that freaking Combined Wars one.
Yeah, and that was
Combined Wars one. I think is still probably the best.
Yeah, I that was a figure I couldn't part ways with, because there was a lot of love put into that, between Real Working Treads, which even at the 2014, they were a rarity. They had gone away. He had a missile. There was a lot of love on that figure. No waffles. So, all right. Next up, we don't have any pictures of these figures, so we're not going to hold on this for too long, but I think a lot of people figured this repaint was coming, because, hey, what are you going to do with that Voyager Dinobot other than Grimlock and maybe an Evil or a Predacon version? So we got a listing from Amazon UK of a Mirage Earth mode, which is interesting. If you go to Siege Mirage is not an F1 racer. He is a Cybertronian F1 racer. So hopefully this will not be riddled with transparent plastic that makes you pray to God every time you transform him.
What did you say Mirage is molded from?
Well, we don't know yet. This just says Earth Mirage, which I would think he would just be the Siege figure with some tweaks.
Oh.
But this is going to be a 2-pack. So, again,
they've been doing really good with the G1 figures, so I'd imagine they're going to either remold heavily or make a new mold.
I would think it'd be a heavy remold like Ironhide and Ratchet were, because, all you really need to do is put the seat into that, and it wouldn't be too difficult to make it look like a legit F1 racer. And I recall somebody posted pictures, like what they proposed was, or somebody had again, like one of those smuggled from the factory, yet I'm going to take the picture on a twin bed of Grimlock, and it looks like he's got a brand new head, and it looks like the black spots on him are actually going to be like a metallic purple. I didn't save that picture. It's been a busy week for me. I wish I gotta start doing that. Like, when I come across this stuff, like, I gotta save that and put it in the notes. But Yeah, this one should be coming soon to Amazon. I think this is, again, Amazon Australia and Amazon UK have the descriptions. What's nuts though is these Amazon packs, they shoot up in value. Like people sleep on them, and
Yeah.
then, it's like Mirage and Ironhide are going for 220 right now, and that to me is nuts considering those. I'm sorry, not Mirage. Prowl and Ironhide
Yeah.
are going for like 220
Definitely
right
don't
now.
pay. That's a ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, just because it's Amazon exclusive, I mean, it's not that hard to find. You can get it.
I've had no issues getting any of these Amazon exclusives. Like that, they go up for pre-order. I see it listed.
Order.
I've never missed out on any of them. The only store exclusive I missed out on was that that MicroMaster 10 pack, just because I was like, do I really want to spend $40 on 10 MicroMaster repaints?
No.
And that was I passed on that. So even I have standards when it comes to this.
No, the problem with Prowl and Ratchet is a lot of people's order got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the thing with Amazon too. Like that seems to be, it used to be more often than not with Amazon, you could trust your order, but here lately, man, they seem to just be like randomly cutting shit. I mean, it's weird because some people will get certain orders canceled for some figures, while other people's will get it delivered, or it'll friggin' go in stock or pre-order again. Like why the hell did I get cut?
Like, I've never had.
Case, I think it had to be Hasbro's fault. They couldn't possibly have given them all the figures.
Yeah.
I've never had an order canceled from Amazon ever.
I had I had Goku Black, the reissue for SHF. I had that canceled just randomly out of nowhere from Amazon.
I've had
no idea why.
Target, like they canceled
Target, but then Target.
Yeah.
Walmart too.
Yeah. Target and Walmart cancel all the time, but I very rarely have I gotten Amazon.
They canceled Thrust and what was it? Was it Runabout?
Oh yeah, T, didn't you have your Thrust canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to make a
Out
joke.
of nowhere.
Did you say a price for this 2-pack?
There's no price yet, but I'd
It had to be 40.
The Voyager and a Deluxe is probably $50.
It's probably 50, yeah.
Though if they throw in blast effects or something like that, they could turn around and charge 60 for it.
They haven't been doing that, but if they do, that'd be great. I mean, obviously I'll get it.
I'm in for this one. I always liked Beast Wars Grimlock. I remember that was one of the ones when I was a kid. I picked it up and I was like, oh wow, he is the same Grimlock. I had him, and then I didn't get Dinobot until
right.
they did
Jonathan
the
Walker.
Fox
That's sorry, I thought you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's the other thing too. I've had that happen where they again, going back to like what T was saying about the, this is the future of boxes. I won't be surprised if moving forward you see even more people pissed off like with their boxes. Now there is a workaround you can do on Amazon. You can like request them, put it in a box, but it's like kind of like buried in the in your order settings.
No, I had that original Beast Wars Grimlock. I never opened it, and then I sold it.
Okay, what's next?
Next up, now this figure is not due out until December, but apparently somebody already has a pre-production sample of Masterpiece Skids. So we got some in-hand pictures of Skids.
Is their name rhyme with Rhyme versus Rhyme?
I'm sure Prime versus Prime will have it in the coming weeks. That's not his backdrop, though. That's just, this looks like a standard photo box. So
that looks like it's production already.
Yeah. This looks like it has paint and. I
mean, they even put all the little plastic pieces on. So.
Yeah, all the Tampo work's done. I'm surprised this is scheduled for December. I guess they just kind of want to have things spaced out and ready to go. ready to ship, so they're they can adhere to schedules.
Not only that, but you got to factor in pandemic shipping. They probably are part of a long line, a queue of freight that's scheduled to go out. There's so much shit being moved right now that was jammed up. So it could be that they are already sitting in a warehouse somewhere and they just can't get them out the door.
Well, they're having a container shortage right now. Almost all the containers that they actually ship over are still in California, and they don't want to deadhead boats, which is basically just send a boat of empty containers over to China. But the thing is, we don't have any right now. We don't have any product to export over to them, so that's why they're having a container shortage over in Asia to send us stuff.
Did you guys talk about the pricing change this time?
That's going to be a discussion for tonight, so we're saving that for the end.
All right.
And last up on our official docket is Figure King has some new scans. You get a official look at skids and reboost, which we've covered pretty intensely, I think, in the past few weeks.
Yeah, that's an old skin.
Is it? I didn't. Well, they had shown off the Diaclone figure, but I didn't realize he was a hologram or transparent. So Yeah,
T loves that holographic figure. He wants it.
Now, I know like the pictures of Skywarp aren't new, but the one thing that is new is we get a pretty decent look at the 3A or 3.0 deluxe scale Optimus and Jetfire, and a look at the combined mode. I wish I cared enough to buy these two.
If you are a fan, you will be happy if you purchase this. That's what I say.
Yeah. I think this is awesome that it's happening. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of people get this Jetfire and try and hobble it together with their movie masterpiece Optimus. I will say it's like this Optimus. It looks like a render, but that's the magic of 3A. All the figures I have from them, they look too good to be true, and yet you have them in hand. So.
Wait, so it doesn't come with that Optimus too, right?
No, they're two separate deluxe scale figures. I think they're sub $200, or at least the Optimus is probably going to be like $180. Jetfire, given the size of him, I won't be shocked if he's like a $300 to $400 figure. I think he's probably going to be closer to $300.
T-Man no get.
No.
Hopefully this will be like one of the things like when meetups resume, hopefully at the end of 2021. Or hey, TFCon, I'd love to see this on like display in a booth.
Well, yeah, 3.0 brings their own stuff, so
yeah,
they might bring this.
So I get like a look at it, like that's awesome. I don't like I love the Bumblebee movie. Like I'd love to get the Soundwave. Like that's on my short list of things. But like the Bay stuff, I'm content with like the movie masterpiece stuff and the studio series, where I don't need to get this in my life. Not that big of a fan. All right, next up, let's talk some third party stuff. I guess we'll do one. I'm sure T, you're gonna be meh on this. I still want it. And that would be, it looks like this is coming very soon, as Fans Hobby has issued out. These are color samples, or pictures of a color sample of their Go Shooter, which is called Ace Hitter. We had some feelings about their Minerva, but I think this looks good.
Oh, I think that's a great version.
The only thing about this thing that makes me want it is that I have the G1, and it's hitting me in the nostalgia.
Well, wait a minute. Are you thinking Nightbeat?
Well, It's not quite Nightbeat, but
I mean, it's basically the same.
Yeah, when you're saying you have the G1, I'd be if you have Go Shooter, I'm going to be
No,
like,
yeah, I have Nightbeat, but
Yeah.
but it's close enough.
So there's two problems with this. Is it's basically the same mold, so you can still see they've got that panel on the back of the calf,
yeah,
and then they've got those pieces on the arms. Both of those
Yep.
were problems with Athena, and they didn't get rid of it. So hopefully they fixed it, but if they didn't, then I have no interest because
they
The
over-engineered the shoulders, and I can say that with confidence because a week ago I transformed Athena into car mode for the first time since I got her, and yeah, I was just like, these struts are way over-engineered.
it's like double ball pegged,
Yeah.
and then rotation joint. But I mean, that's okay. It's just they're fiddly, and those
Yes.
back panels are fiddly too.
Yeah.
If it's gonna fall off, then no, I'm not interested. But if it stays, if they figure out a way to make it stay, then I might actually buy it.
Yeah, it looks good, but that's what I'm worried about, the quality. Like Minerva couldn't even hold the guns, and the legs were loose, a whole bunch of other stuff. Now the things on the shoulder I don't have a problem with because that actually looks good the way it's condensed on the arm right there.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Is that like?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, for this
in the
character,
original toy it was all part of his arm,
Yeah.
but if they did that here, he wouldn't be able to articulate, I guess.
they've got a picture of it here, robot car. I hope that these are Tampo. I think like the thing that put me over the edge with Athena was, hey, not only is this figure like way more fiddly than anything Fans Hobbies put out, you got to put your stickers on to complete the look.
oh, it gives you that nostalgia G1 feel of don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Like, especially if you have a fiddly figure, it's like one thing if like you have a figure that's like really awesome and it's like, okay, you can't fuck this up too much. It's another thing when it's like this figure's really fiddly and then the icing on the cake is you got to take a pair of tweezers and put on all of the details that we could have tampographed on, but we
That's
wanted
why
you
I
to.
stopped doing Gundam models.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you should also paint them.
I didn't even put on all the stickers. I did the dashboard and the cross on the doors and left it like that. Yes.
All right. So next up, we've got a very interesting one. Normally, we don't cover props on this show, but I thought this one needed to be talked about because, a lot of people wonder about the future of third party. And I think this is kind of interesting. Alien Attack is an offshoot of ExtraZero's Keith's,
Oh God, they
Keith's figure.
had those horrible figures. They had the El Cid, right?
Yes, El Cid. So
that did not do well, if I recall.
So this looks that looks nice, but is there really a market for this?
I think so. I think there is a market for this, though.
Zero's going to put
everybody in
it
the comments wants to know: is this shit removable? Because they put this right on the blade. Alien Attack, a toy for future.
Yeah. I don't know. So it's one thing to have props from like, pop culture stuff that's really popular, that nostalgia kind of thing. But the Last Night, I mean, like, whose pop culture is the Last Night?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You go into a lot of Facebook comment sections, and there are people that love the Wahlberg Transformers movies.
I'll take your word for it.
Quick poll. Raise your hand.
What's that?
I'm just asking a quick poll. Let's see.
Now,
Who here, out of 4 Fappers and Sony, name of your next cover band, is a fan? And then over here in the chat, I know we've got a 5-second delay. If you are a fan of the Wahlbergs please put a W in the comment line. You've got. I know I've got a 5-second delay here. Just proving this one real quick. If not, if I don't see one W, on to the next.
So I think people are fans of while they're answering. I think people are fans of the toys, right?
Yes, that'd be me.
Saw the cars, they saw the robots. They want those. But do you really want to act out or prop play with things from the movie? It just doesn't reach that level of.
I kind of like what Jonathan Walker here is saying. If the price is right, we get it. Would look cool on the wall.
What is the price?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
I mean, I think of those movies and I want to shoot Kelsey Grammer. No.
And nothing should make you want to shoot Kelsey Grammer.
The fact he agreed to be in X-Men United.
I thought he made a good beast.
Okay.
It's not Star Wars.
So this thing actually isn't that heavy. This is 2.2 pounds. So I'm guessing there's probably a lot of plastic on this.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's made from Keith's factory.
Yeah.
You just made me think of something. If it is, if you're a Star Wars a lightsaber collector, this might be something you get.
Nope.
Yeah.
Then I just can't see it. I mean, I don't know. It lights up. That's cool.
I didn't realize that Kelsey Grammer had a Star Trek episode.
Oh yeah, dude! It was the episode where it got looped back around. That was like one of the coolest episodes.
Winston says, "If not Star Wars, I'll pass."
Were any of Star Trek episodes ever considered cool?
I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah.
See, Jonathan Walker, you gotta like send these ideas to people, because it's like, I know somebody made Prime's blaster, but yeah, somebody should definitely make Energon axe and Energon mace. I'm sure those would do awesome.
I'm not a prop guy.
Well, props to you.
Yeah.
No, he's saying nope. No, that he wouldn't like that at all.
All right. Well, moving from props, let's move from props to play sets. Mattel is bringing play sets back. Now, previously, Super 7 had done these. I'm guessing the Masters of the Universe Origins line has been successful because, they are really going ham with this line. So we're getting a Land Shark from Mattel with a very, very happy Skeletor.
No.
And we knew Triclops was coming, but they are updating Castle Grayskull.
I wonder how many
Dragon
kids
Crawler. That was the most impractical vehicle ever.
I wonder how many kids actually have any of these figures.
Well, it's hard to say because, like, they haven't been marketing it. They haven't been marketing it really aggressively, but the marketing that exists for it, I don't know if you saw the commercial on YouTube. It's actually pretty cool.
With a grown up playing with a kid?
Well, yeah, they have a guy, like, the commercial is like a guy who grew up with Masters of the Universe, and he's like passing it on to his kid, and he and his kid are playing with the figures, and like the commercial is like marketing the toys as durable and playable updates of what he grew up with.
That's bullshit. The kid would take the figures, say, that's cool, and then pick up his controller and keep playing Minecraft. Exactly what would happen.
But I will say this. I bet more kids have He-Man figures than have G.I. Joes.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is you can find the He-Man figures, and not just He-Man and Skeletor. Like, they've made He-Man and Skeletor impossible to not be able to find.
Right.
Yeah. The battle armor ones, they sold out. I sold them for a minute. I thought they were going to show form, and I was like, I'll wait for a sale. And I kind of regret doing that because you can't find them anywhere.
The sorceress come with the thing?
I'm not sure. Let's go up.
I think that is like a rare deco for her. Pretty much all white.
So you can see that has a hinge and it just folds open.
Well, that's how the original was.
Yeah.
It says It says, this isn't everything just released. It's just a little sample. The main thing I got excited of was to get a hold of and run some photos for the new Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull. On first glance, to a casual fan, it's Castle Grayskull, but really it's an all-new mold. Everything inside is redone. It's completely in scale with Vintage and Origins, and the key point of it is being that when it is closed on display, the front is remolded to be more in tune with the classics versions. Gone is the deformed-looking face with black marks. Hello, crispy, clean skull face.
And a brown door.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Sorceress. I wouldn't be shocked if she came with it, though, because, like, with Prince Adam, he was bundled with the vehicle.
I'm gonna get this, he says sarcastically.
I can't see this being that expensive either. I mean, like,
It's gonna be
okay. So Chris Barnes says the Sorceress comes with the castle. I do want that Macho Man.
$100. Due to the size alone, it's gonna be $100.
I probably see it coming in like closer to like 80.
I'd say I'm in the 80 group. And
like that's
and honestly, this is for Masters of the Universe fans. This is basically the equivalent of us like getting our current Kingdom and Siege Earthrise and Siege figures.
Yeah,
beautiful. I was never a guy into He-Man toys, and I'm kind of thankful because, oh dear God, there's a lot of crap stuff out. But I remember this toy, and this is absolutely hitting all the things. And if this does well, they'll probably do a Snake Mountain.
Yeah, and I think that they're doing a good job making these like below the standard budget, like the $15 price point. What Panther and Battle Cat are $20 a piece. 25. I mean, still, compared to other figures, especially retro figures, what they're doing is they're pricing themselves at a point where it's a bit more palatable. Now, I haven't bought a single one of these. I have to stay in my lane with stuff. Yeah. So that's really where I'm coming at. But if you're looking for another line to collect, like I think Mattel's doing a really good job at like saying, hey, we're not gonna put your wallet through the ringer, so to speak.
I haven't reviewed any of these yet on my channel, but I did open He-Man, and these are what I always wanted when I was little. Like them having like that 5 POA back in the day, I hated that. Didn't they have rubber bands in the legs?
I thought they did. Looks like they even have.
I just remember squishing their heads.
But these even have ankle pivot.
Was there a price on this? Or no?
Not yet. We're guessing probably close to 80. At least T saying 100. I think Dave and I are pretty
yeah, I've seen $80 like this for cheap, like that giant Optimus Prime playset. Remember that for Rescue?
Yeah.
And I have to say, what I like about what Mattel is doing is keeping it on a scale with these wrestling figures. Again, not a line I collect, but a lot of the wrestlers collect that as well. And I can see a bunch of people who've been collecting just the wrestling version of these still buy this Castle Grayskull for the wrestling figures. I mean, I could totally see a Triple H figure who usually wears the skull helmet with this as a display.
I've regretted not buying Mr. T.
Business. This is just good business for Mattel.
So, this is a kid's playset, right? It's not an adult collectible.
What?
Am I right? It looks like it's
a retro. It's a retro style figure set. So most of the people who know this toy line are 40 years old or close to 40.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're gonna make a Castle Grayskull, make a fucking Castle Grayskull and make it awesome. Why make it?
They got one. It costs way more than.
Let
Super
me-
7 one, right?
Oh, they do. Okay.
Well, let me ask something though, Sony. Like, I know you're, you and I are kind of similar in collecting. I know you like your MPs, but I know you've said before that you like to mess with your figures, and I kind of feel like a line like this, like the reason like why I collect Hasbro mainline is because despite the fact I like to have a nice display collection, I still like to mess with my figures.
Okay.
And for me, yeah, this is where the Hasbro stuff scratches the itch. Like you could get the Super 7 He-Man stuff, and that could be like your display stuff, but I feel like the Mattel line is it's official figures, and it really scratches that itch for people that like want to play and get on the floor and like beat up their figures a little bit. No fears of I just moved the arm and it sheared off.
I do have to admit, even though I said what I said to Sony, like they aren't advertising these like they should be, so that makes it seem like they're targeting older collectors who want to scratch their retro itch, but they do still at the same time feel like children's toys, and that's one of the reasons why I've been reluctant to review them on my channel, because Transformers right now, even though they're technically for kids, I feel like it's something about them make them feel more grown up than these He-Man figures. These He-Man figures are almost exact replicas of what we got as a kid, but with more articulation.
Mark 44 chimed in. It's $74.99.
And I just confirmed that on Mattel's website. It is $74.99.
So,
and I'm still not gonna buy it.
like we have Zero still does 4 times with this. Sometimes I do actually.
So you can like get the whole set plus all the figures for like $200-$300 and be done.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, you'll have a reasonable collection. It'll be a really good display.
You can get 3 good guys, 3 bad guys, and be done. And Panther and Battle Cat.
Yeah, I think there need to be lines like that exist. I mean, obviously, the more people that are in the hobby, the better it is, and the more accessible. Like that's the thing about toy collecting is there needs to be an accessibility factor. I mean, there are a lot of people, and I know it's a dead horse at this point. I'll play the GIF, but the fact of the matter is, people like to say kids don't play with toys, but my question is it that kids don't want to play with toys, or is it just that, the stuff they want to play with isn't on the store shelves?
They don't play with toys. I can at least tell from I have at least one example. It doesn't matter what he wants.
Yeah, I know you have one example, but my cousin's son loves toys. He's into the world of Nintendo stuff, and he plays with that stuff to like, he'll go play Mario on his Switch, and then he'll turn around and he's got like the playset stuff. He's got the Boo Mansion and everything.
And it's not. I mean, it's not going to be the same for everybody, sure,
right?
But
the thing is
my girl's
like
too much my daughter. Yeah, my girl's too much her father's kid. She'll build Legos and then puts them on the shelf and never touches them again.
Well, that's the thing too with Colin is like there's no shortage of exposure to this stuff. I mean, my basement's full of it, and like when I get new stuff, it usually sits on my little end table there in the kitchen. So he certainly has free reign to touch anything within reason, like that's under a certain price point. And stuff that I think he'll even be mildly interested in, I'll show him and try to get him involved with. He has zero fucks. And then if it's stuff that he actually is into, like the Minecraft toys or the Roblox toys, he's just even like he's into supercars and all that. Like he's excited to get a new Hot Wheel or a new like the Jada Toys cars, but it doesn't like he got a new Lamborghini police car the other day that's still in the box. He was excited to get it, and he went right back to playing Xbox.
So I agree with you. I think there's less of a interest desire, but this toy in particular, I don't see the age group that's going to want this.
People between the ages of 4 and 8.
But so they won't though, right? Because they're not.
It depends on how you have kids. Like if you don't allow your kids to watch TV all day or play video games all day, then they'll have more of an imagination.
See, my daughter plays with toys all the time, but she doesn't. It's like all the toy lines mixed together. So it's like Barbies are playing with whatever Hatchimals, and like they're all just mixed together.
I used to do that when I was little. Like my aunt was 2 years younger than me and my cousin, so I would have my action figures playing with their Barbies and their Barbie house and all that.
But my point about that was, she's not going to be like, oh, I need that Barbie camper, special whatever playset. She doesn't care. She's just mixing her toys together and playing.
I need it.
I just can't see a kid saying, I need Castle Grayskull.
Oh no, you buy it. That's for you to buy and then make them
right.
Give it to them, and then
that's the experience with the kid.
I still feel like the nostalgia on this thing is strong enough that you're going to get adult collectors to buy this. I really do. I mean,
adults, yes.
Those are the main people buying them, to be honest.
This screams. I had the old, or no, I didn't have it, but a buddy of mine had the old castle, and it was, I can remember very fondly playing with it. And as you're scrolling through the pictures, I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The thing I was going to say is, like, look at like the Ninja Turtles sewer lair and the Ghostbusters firehouse. And I mean, I'm probably the youngest one here, even though I'm still old. But how crazy is it that you'd want a firehouse or a sewer? But it's the fiction, it's the stories, those things that, like, I want to have my own adventures with the turtles. I want to create those things, those feelings, outside of the cartoon. And I feel like for kids today, it's like, like Jonathan Walker says that, my kids would rather play video games and spend money on the in-game stuff.
Preach.
And like, those are like things where it's like with video games, the adventures never end. Like, you don't shut it off, and it's so interactive, and maybe that's part of it. But for us, when we were kids, it's like you had like 10 channels, more if you maybe like 50 if you had cable, but like probably like 3 or 4 channels. 3 or 4 channels, and maybe one scrambled channel at night that had any appeal for you. So you would get the toys to keep that imagination going, because it was like you had a very limited thing and it shut off, and it's like, okay, Turtles is off for the day, but I have my sewer lair and I'm going to keep that stuff going, and keep those adventures going. And whereas like for kids today, it just never, the things that they're into, because it's interactive, it never shuts off.
Yeah, because the art of the Saturday morning cartoon is dead. I mean, there just isn't. When my kid gets up Saturday morning, it is right to the Minecraft and the Roblox. Like that's there's no sitting and watching cartoons. Like it almost makes me sad, because like probably everybody here has fond memories of getting up Saturday morning and watching your shows in a row.
Yeah.
It's just, that's missing now. So they don't have that connection to anything, really. I mean,
well, there is no waiting or anticipation today. It's like everything is completely on demand.
Right. And then the most popular games right now don't have a cohesive narrative. Right, the Minecrafts, the Roblox, stuff like that's not, and the Lego games and stuff aren't telling a cohesive story. They're just games.
Yeah, they're like the new toys where you have to make up your own story.
Right.
Like when I was watching a stream, because they bring up the streams on PlayStation 5 automatically. So I just clicked on one randomly, and these kids were making up their own narrative on Fortnite. Like trying to get everybody to jump in and join in to their little story.
Right. Meanwhile, you're missing the piece of that puzzle. Like when we all see the Ark, the Titan class Ark, and like for me personally, like when I see the playset and the stuff that comes with it, and it's got the Sky Spy in it, like I remember that takes you right back to that first episode where it launches out of the Ark to go scan alt modes. And that I have that connection, but kids don't have that now. But He-Man collectors are going to have that with this castle.
Yeah, Nightwing and Umbraze a good point here. Do you think the fact that few kids playing with toys and using their imagination is hurting society? I personally think that there needs to be things to foster kids' imagination and creativity. I mean, my youngest cousin, we're 20 years apart, and I remember, you know, I can actually draw. People that know me, I can draw, and you know, I don't think I'm the greatest with. I'm not bad with kids, but you know, I'm not like the greatest with kids. But my thing is always like, hey, let's do art, let's draw, and when I realized that my youngest cousin had no imagination, she had no creativity, was a sad day for me. And I think creativity is inherent to, you know, solving problems and figuring out how to take approaches, different approaches to situations. Now, I will say, kids that play Minecraft and Roblox, I think that there is a lot of creativity there. Like, I don't want to like knock that stuff because it's digital, but I think like a lot of the stuff that kids come up with and building real things and real machines in Minecraft. I mean, I've played Minecraft a little bit here and there, and I really won't knock it because you can build functional things. Like, you can actually build a real calculator and real train systems in that.
Well, that is creative.
Yeah.
So I take back what I said. So she does have play sets. She has a bunch of Barbie play sets. I think it's because of the marketing. Barbie does a really good job at marketing.
The songs, the jingles.
She has like the Barbie plane and the Barbie dream house, and you know, there's a bunch of Barbie stuff. But other than that, like,
I used to love Barbie commercials when I was little. I used to be able to still remember some of them. Barbie and the Rockers.
But you know, too, like as far as, you know, companies are missing out on this commercial revenue, but it ends up being like getting excited about a Barbie or a Barbie playset isn't necessarily about the jingle or a commercial. It's about the YouTuber kid that's reviewing the set or that's playing with it on the videos that your kids are watching on their tablet.
Well, I mean, and we're victims of that too. I mean, like I said, I watched something from DM. Well, there's that kid.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Ryan's
I watched the adult version, D Amazing.
Right. But that works the very same on our kids too, and they get excited about. That's the exposure right now, because with kids watching less TV, I mean, Christ, it's like this perfect storm for toy companies that they have toy reviewers that do the commercials for them. T-Man.
You know what?
Sony.
If you don't have YouTube Premium, they force you to watch commercials, and if you watch more kiddie stuff, I do see those kid commercials sometimes, and I'm like, wow, they made a commercial for this. Like, there's a whole bunch of Transformers commercials right now for like Kingdom, and you never would see that,
right?
If you don't watch the right thing.
That's like MTV actually making, or artists actually making music videos. Like, you'll never see them. They're
Make
out.
music videos. They're just on Vimeo.
Right.
So he's got a playset here.
Ooh.
Is that the Castle Grayskull for?
That looks like a yoga
For little
studio.
girl. You're muted.
Oh, can I unmute him here?
I don't know, but it's super
Here we
interesting
go.
what he's saying.
You're muted, Sony.
It says I cannot unmute a guest because they've muted themselves.
sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. So I saw some things on the Castle Grayskull. I was like, they remind me of stuff on this. I mean, it just. It's right in the middle, right? It's for an adult who wants to play with their kid to remember the show or remember their childhood, right? That's what it is.
Oh, that's a PJ Masks playset, isn't it?
Yes, it's PJ Masks.
Yeah, okay. See, and there's nothing stopping you from taking your MicroMasters and your little guys and having the robots looking through all that. Yeah, I have that.
Oh.
That's what those playsets are, right? It's us as adults trying to relive with our kids.
But let's us bond with them.
Yes.
So let's go on the flip side.
Then we
of that
take it back here. The bad guys are winning.
With Super 7, right? Because Super 7 is totally going after the relive your childhood with the faithful representations of what you had as a kid, but now with more articulation.
Thank you for moving forward, by the way.
I had to eventually. Hey, I'm a little rusty. It's been 2 weeks off, and I'm sure everybody's like, wow, Zero is really low energy right now. Yes, I am. But hey, let's talk about this Super 7 Krang, which is interesting because you actually get 2 Krangs for the price of one.
And he can attack the turtles.
He's
This
very
is
comic-y.
nostalgic right there, definitely. That is definitely the old toy.
Yes, save for the arms. And the he has like the thing from the cartoon, the little tripod.
That's pretty cool.
Sportimus, he just blears. Actually, no. Sometimes we should have Sportimus on. We've met the guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Leatherhead. This brings back some feels.
I guarantee.
That is ugly.
The old toy was ugly, and he had a big old rubbery head.
Not as cool as the Nickelodeon Leatherhead.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Fillet, which for me, I said if he changes colors, I'm going to buy him.
Are you going to show the NECA Ray Fillet?
Did you guys already cover that?
No.
No,
I was gone.
I don't remember.
Just
Both
came
are
up.
going deep. Both Super 7 and NECA are going deep in their lines.
Yeah, these are cool.
So these are
I'm
meant to
not
be
buying
like,
them.
it's meant to be like the toy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they do the sprue as well as the popped out weapons.
Yeah, these are the complete masterpiece version of the original toy.
Yeah.
There's obviously an audience because they keep making them.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah, if this changed colors, I when I was a kid, this was my favorite color change figure. And he was a bathtub toy. Now, this one I'm actually kind of tempted on because this one really gets me in the feels. The Samurai Leo.
Mm.
This is the one they teased earlier, right?
Yeah.
They just showed the sword.
Are they going to do the baseball Mikey?
Probably so.
Probably, yeah.
I can see them taking some of the more popular ones because like this was one I had, like I said, when I was a kid, and I loved all the weapons he came with. He had a chromed I guess front. When I was a kid, I used to have him go against Chrome Dome on my collection.
I have somewhat nostalgia for these. I was a teenager when my little cousin started getting all of them. So I used to see them on my grandmother's floor, and I would pick them up and mess with them. And I was like, these suck.
I like how you're like, I had nostalgia for these because I was putting down my family's.
I was like looking at it. I was like, what? These are nothing like the cartoon. I was like,
no, they were they were pre-posed. I mean,
yeah, that too. I'm like, what? The knee is bent already. I'm like, it looks nothing like the cartoon.
Hey, since we're talking about turtles, did anyone pick up the Turtles in Disguise?
I'm looking for them. Winston tipped me off that they were in a local store, and by the time I got there, they were gone.
I've never seen turtles. One time I saw them, but I rarely see turtles in my store.
As Winston goes.
Next up, we've got.
Anybody collecting Super 7 though?
I haven't got any of them. I've been tempted on a couple of them. I like the toy version of not Chrome Dome, but Metalhead better than I do the cartoon version. I love the cartoon version. Yeah. So I was like kind of tempted to get the Metalhead, and then I thought about getting one, but I was like, that's just going to be a slippery slope. So I opted against it. I was like,
this thing's going to sell out.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to find it.
Already sold out online.
No, April as of now is still up. So you can still get April.
I think it's an open pre-order for a time, right?
Yeah,
because they're charging you for it, and then they'll build the figure just like they did with Super Shredder.
Yeah. So right now in the NECA store, Ultimate April is available. She's going to be in Walmart. So anybody that doesn't want to pre-order her now, she will be showing up in Walmart. Whether that means she will
bullshit.
be.
That's bullshit.
Now, I will tell you this: the Shadow Shredder, the Shadow Super Shredder, and the regular Super Shredder started showing up in mass at my local Walmarts.
I've never seen.
That's so weird. I've never seen any turtle at a Walmart ever. You have
on
like
the right day.
in mass.
Yeah, like
Has Nightwalker been in the comments?
Nightwalker.
Yeah. I thought he made 2 comments on my Aang video, and I don't have access to either one of them, so I don't know whether YouTube deleted it or he deleted them.
Did you mean Nightwingham?
No, Nightwalker. Let's see. Yeah, KNIT. I mean IGHT.
That looks really good. That's a very good likeness.
I think this looks awesome. Now, if you go on Toy Art or NECA's site, there is a behind the scenes with Judith Hogue about the making of this April figure. There's also an unmasked Casey that's going to be coming out. Whether he's going to be a single release or if he's going to be part of a 2-pack, I don't know. One thing I did want to point out, because T pointed it out and I can't unsee it, is her knees.
Everyone's making fun of them knees.
Yeah, she looks like 3 mannequins put together.
Yeah. It looks like the Silent Hill bobblehead nurse to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Do we think that's a good face sculpt too? Because I feel like she was stung by a bee.
this
I feel like
face
there's some
sculpt,
swelling to it.
this
I think
face
it's pretty
sculpt,
good.
I'm not like super hyped on, but like, you know, if you look at her here, and obviously there's the signature version. You get the, you know, you can get the press badge and the raincoat, but she didn't look like that in the movie.
Yeah, NECA went on. Someone bitched about the price to NECA, and they were like, "Look, the raincoat costs a lot to make, and she never wore it in the movie, so we're making it part of the special edition." So take that or leave it as an explanation, but
I
you
thought
don't
somebody
get it
said she wore it at
otherwise.
the beginning of the movie for like 2 seconds, and then never wore it again.
Yeah, maybe they said like she wasn't her signature look. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But goddamn it, if we didn't get that super thrifty handbag.
I didn't even see the fully painted Casey.
Yeah, so there's the unmasked Casey here, and then
good.
there's Danny. I hope that what they do is they take Danny and they put him and the unmasked Casey in a 2-pack, so you can get Danny outside the loot crate.
That would be
I
smart.
don't think they're gonna do that.
I
They
think
might.
she look at the. I mean, the paint on that is really well done.
Yeah, it is.
People will be pissed if they bought the loot crate and now you can buy them in a 2-pack.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
People are going to be pissed. No
who's
matter
going to
what.
want a second Casey other than a few fringe people like me?
Oh.
Did you say a few fringe people or a few French people?
Both. We.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. And a picture of her talking to Leo definitely looked good.
Yeah, I'm still not feeling the face.
Did
sculpt.
someone rip ass, or is this just the sewer?
Anyway.
The turtles speak all the time.
Next.
Yeah.
All right. So
We got
next,
more?
yeah, we got a few more things. Next up, we got
Let's
one.
talk them through
that's-
them.
This is great not having to collect and do this work and just have somebody else do it. It's awesome. I wish T-Man would do this.
Oh. Speaking
We got
of
one.
thick, we got a
Yeah.
thick Zangief.
I want
It's
this.
a new mold.
I want
Zang
this.
beef.
Wow.
Yeah, Fig
Zang
Warts, come on, y'all, get off your asses.
Figure
What's wrong
arts
with
done with
Storm?
Street Fighter.
Are they?
Pretty much.
Was that confirmed?
Well,
I feel like they are. Just like turtles.
after that joke out with Sagat, yeah. This though, I mean, I missed the first Zangief, and that thing's gone so high on the third-party market. It's like insane. I'm so happy for this, and this is exactly the look I want. He still comes with the effects. Boom.
Is this the Street Fighter 5 Zangief?
No, it's Street Fighter 2.
Ultra Street Fighter 2.
And there you go. You got a good scale picture there with Evil Ryu.
Well, I hope that patch of hair doesn't fall off like Doomsday.
Nah, I don't think it will. I think that's molded into the head, from what I can tell.
I'm buying it. I've already tagged Nate saying, because you know you got to get your stuff from Nate Toys and Collectibles.
Now, this is one thing I wish that Figuarts would have done is come with the bloodied heads from like what if you've lost a match. I think
not
that
third
is-
party, 30 secondary market. Like if you want to buy Zangief now, it's going to cost like $175, $200.
You gotta say everything correctly for Transformers fans.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it looks good.
It
What's
looks
next?
good.
Did you say what's next, T?
Yeah.
Well, next up, if we want to get T's excited here, we're going to talk about the Disney Plus wave of your Marvel
Ooh.
Legends. Pre-orders went up for these, so you've got your Loki from the Loki series, obviously, in his civilian clothes. I feel like we've seen these clothes before. I think that's the Stan Lee, J. Jonah Jameson pants.
Yeah, I think the jacket part that actually goes over his body is new and the tie is new, but everything else is old. So he shouldn't be able to stand up well,
the
unfortunately.
hair looks really weird on this.
It looks like he's windswept.
Yeah, it's blowing in the wind.
Also, his tie looks like a bread bag.
I think it actually looks like that in the show.
If it wasn't for the fact I need the wings, I'd be passing on it. But
I would definitely pass on Vision.
Looks like it's squared off. Yeah, so you get your, I guess that's Red Wing.
Yep, the red
Yeah.
wing.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
And
They're
the
like
other
showing-
backpack.
Yeah. So there is your Sam Wilson Captain America right there.
With all
With
the
the wings, yeah.
All the accoutrements.
They're doing just like they did with the Vulture. At least this time you get a stand, unlike with Vulture.
This is the
So-
bigger size, right?
I think the wings are actually
I'm gonna be right
maybe the same size as Vulture. Like, okay, Dave's gonna go
Well,
run
that's
grab his
smaller.
No,
Vulture.
no. Sorry, this figure.
They're smaller.
No, you're talking about that 12-inch figure that they were showing off. This is the Marvel Legends. This is the 6-inch.
Oh, this is the build.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, build a wing because
That's so dumb. They should have given you the wings. Like, come on.
Or at least have it be
I-
part of a deluxe release. Come on.
yes, I agree. I thought the same thing for Vulture, though. At least with like the MCU Vulture, it's like he's not a top tier character. So
Just make it 30. You know, make it $30 and then just put everything in the box.
Yeah,
No,
they already
I
have that price
wouldn't be
point for other
30.
figures.
It would be 40. I'm willing to bet.
nah,
Really?
they could have done 30. I mean, that War Machine we got was like probably like one of the best deluxe figures.
I'll
But
tell
it
you what,
didn't come
make
with
it
those-
40. Make it 40. Give him the wings and Red Wing and the shield, and then give him.
Yeah.
You already got a Sam Wilson unmasked head. Just give him that too.
They aren't. It doesn't look like they're like skimping on the budget for Sam. I mean, like as T pointed out, he actually has transparent goggles. Looks like we're getting at least pinless arms, from what I can tell.
And knees. It should
And
be.
these, okay, yeah. So yeah, pinless knees. You can see right there. They at least give you the backpack piece.
And the deco looks good.
Shield. The shield is reused, of course.
It should have new sculpting in there because it has like 5 little divots at each point of the star on the silver part. I don't think the other shields had that.
But it's probably going to be that like clip peg thing that they
No,
like to do.
he has actual straps.
Oh, he does.
That's
Okay.
how they get you. In order to get the shield that pegs into his back, you have to buy the separate what's his name? John Walker?
Oh,
The Walmart exclusive version, not the one that's in this wave. You got to get the Walmart exclusive version to get the shield that goes into his back.
At least with
Gotcha.
Sam too, he doesn't have 2 trigger finger hands with nothing to hold. At least they gave him splayed posing hands.
Right. Wanda
What's
came
going
with the
on?
right stuff.
yeah. What's going on with the pinky here, though? It looks like these fingers like got warped. In the
I think it's the angle. I think they're supposed to be bent inward.
She sold out pretty quick.
Right. I got it.
I got her.
But you don't get any pinless joints on her. Well, I guess the
I
arms
think
are.
her legs are.
Now
Oh,
you
no,
can
they're
see
not.
them right
They're
there.
not.
Boom, boom.
Oh, well.
The vision from this wave is what really looks cool. I mean, I like her too, but I was actually interested in Vision.
Then you get your
US
U.S.
agent.
agent.
He looks good.
He looks good too,
I think he looks better than the Walmart one, to be honest.
with his weird face,
Yeah.
his overbite.
I can't believe that's Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah, I had no idea till I read that in a headline somewhere.
From certain angles, he looks like.
Yeah, you really don't get any accessories with this.
Just a fist.
Yeah.
But
And then
Does that
why?
gun come out? I doubt.
Why did they take the picture with a white background?
Because
they wanted to mess with your vision. That's why. I think when we first saw this, there was way more of that beige, and so I think this actually looks quite a bit better than from what we initially saw.
I wish I could skip him, but.
But you want those wings.
Yeah.
I find that obnoxious that they broke up the wings like that.
It is. It's obnoxious.
With the Vulture line, I think that they had like all the figures in that Build-A-Wing Vulture were actually pretty good.
But I mean, even with the Vulture, like he's the main antagonist of the film for sure, but he's not Captain America. I mean, he's not. You know, this is a headline character that really should have had his own full release.
Yeah.
Like I said, they already have the price points for the deluxe Marvel Legends.
You could buy the Marvel Select and get those plain static wings.
Right.
I think if they would have threw wings in with him, he would have just had plain static wings that don't.
They even have the right boxes for him, right? Those motorcycle boxes would fit this perfectly.
You know they're going to release it like that.
If you just want your Sam Wilson Captain America, Diamond Select or Marvel Select has you covered.
Mm.
So, and I think that these still retail.
What's the deal with these? Are they good? Like, why don't people want these?
They don't have the same joint quality as your Hasbro figures. They're great display pieces for sure.
Like you can see, he doesn't have double jointed elbows, and it looks like they don't even bend 90 degrees.
So it's more just display and leave kind of thing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Look, he's ready for a hug, but not to throw a punch.
When it still looks good, but the way they do the hips too, when you move the hips, they look weird.
Yeah,
this looks like Plastic Addict cosplaying from the cycle.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying. That's probably one of the reasons why he liked it so much. But the other problem with them, Sony, is where are they? Have you ever seen Marvel Select figures?
Oh, I see them. Yeah, my
Disney store.
Disney stores had them.
The one toy store we have called Heroes Hideout, or not Heroes Hideout. Forgot the name of it. It actually have Marvel Select. Like I saw it the other day. I was like, why is nobody buying this? But it was pretty expensive. So
also here, look at this. You're not getting any articulation in that wing. In those wings at all.
What's his price point?
Marvel Selects are basically posable statues.
Yeah,
you get them, you display them, and you leave them.
I think they're $20 still.
No, they're 30.
No,
they're 30 now.
This store I went to was like 50. Obviously,
it's way too much. But like the Disney store, I think I've seen them for.
Yeah, the cheapest. Their base price would be $25. But some of the bigger ones, I know this one has to be 30 with those big wings.
But if they're just solid pieces, they might not. And it looks like all he comes with is.
No, he has 3 different hands.
He does? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's got the shield, and I forgot about the shield. So shield, 2 additional pairs of hands, and the wings are static pieces.
Oh. Sometimes they come with display pieces, but this one doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
You know, the problem with
There
finding
you
them
go,
in the
Bucky
Disney
does.
store is that the Disney store barely exists anymore.
Yeah, they just closed the one in Raleigh.
Yeah,
Or
they
the-
closed it. Oh, like was it 20 or 30 stores?
I think they closed the one in Arundel Mills.
And the
No,
one in
that's still there.
Towson.
It is.
Yeah, I was just there over the weekend to see
White
Mortal
Marsh.
Kombat.
I
But
haven't been to Towson ever.
it's weird now how it is in Arundel Mills because it's like it's kind of like an Apple. Like I mean, everything with COVID is obviously very strange, but it's like they have like things set up at stations to buy it. Like you can't just like go in and browse the store.
I mean, again, the thing with, like I said, selects are, you want to buy you don't want to get into the statue game. That's the easiest way of putting it. You're not going to be doing a lot of crazy photography posing. There's some figures that are good. Like I do want that Hulk. I need that Hulk. And
There are a couple of Spider-Men that have full-on articulation. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, and a ball at the waist and a ball at the chest.
But I'm just saying in general. I mean, I usually don't get selects unless I'm getting like a big figure like the Hulk, the Juggernaut, Rhino. Because they're also NECA scale. They're 7-inch scale. That's the other thing. So like individual characters like Winter Soldier, Taskmaster, Black Widow, Punisher. Yeah, they're going to look good, but I'm not going to be able to use them for any of my other stuff.
I think there are a lot of people that use the Diamond Select or Marvel Select Thanos because the Build-A-Figure.
Well, Thanos is huge. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They're good for big figures.
And Gladiator Hulk was better than the
I have the Gladiator Hulk. Like I said, I got Gladiator Hulk. I got Rhino, Carnage, and Abomination. I don't have too many selects, but
Hey, just a sidebar. I went to a Target recently, and I was looking for Huffer, and there was a dude standing there, and he was like, "Oh, you know, he was holding a Huffer." And he was like, "Yeah, there's one more there," and he's like, "Oh, do you collect?" I'm like, "Yeah, I collect. I have a channel." He's like, "Oh, what's your channel?" I said, "Team Reviews." He's like, "Oh yeah, I know you," and he's in your comments. So apparently, the guy I met is watching your show. It's kind of funny.
Pink for Life is in there. I heard
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, smash that like button. So Pink
Kevin,
says,
I agree with Dave.
how come Falcon upgraded to Captain America, but Bucky still has the murderous Winter Soldier name, even though he's cured and redeemed?
I don't think they ever called him that. Like, really?
White
Wolf.
And they should have changed to Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, that's true.
well, I mean,
Captain
in the
America
comic,
and Bucky.
in the comics, he did become Captain America for a while.
Yeah.
That's where the whole Bucky Cap mold came through, because it was actually Winter Soldier as Captain America.
I like how somebody just said, hey, it's snowing, I'm going to take him outside because he's the Winter Soldier.
That's good.
Oh. What if that's snow that they made because they're that good at their photography crap?
The whole outdoor is just false. They recreated everything from scratch.
Is it me, or is that face sculpt horrible?
It's
horrible.
comic accurate. I mean, if you want to split hairs.
I mean, that's a chin.
He looks like John Linneman from Digital Foundry. So
Looks like the guy who played Maniac Cop.
or that. All right. So
I want to sidebar real quick. Sony, you said you had some possible breaking news for us.
Oh, I don't know if it's breaking. Maybe not.
We'll treat it as such.
So, Fans Toys, earlier this week, Fans Toys reissued the Insecticons, which everybody went crazy because it's hard to find. They're like really expensive. And I asked my Chinese guy, Baba Bobo, if he had them. And he says, this toy is not a reprint, which means reissue. It says it's just inventory found by the manufacturer cleaning up the warehouse. So the quantity is very small. Supplier even uses 1 second snap in quotes. or lottery to supply us. Each seller can only be divided into 1 or 2 sets. We can only find other ways to have. So basically, what he's saying is,
Well, they're selling them at scalper prices because of that.
yes, they didn't
Yeah.
reissue it. They didn't remake them. They just held them back, and now they're releasing them to
So
Well,
retailers.
they didn't hold them back. They just forgot to ship them.
Well-
talking to Nate earlier, I asked Nate about, because like the Grenadier, bombshell with the gray chest, prices for him are $240 depending on where you look. And I asked Nate, I was like, Nate, is that accurate? And he goes, yeah. He goes, matter of fact, the wholesale price that they're asking us for is $220 for that Grenadier.
Is he selling it?
He was trying to, but I don't think
Yeah.
he allocated any.
Because according to this text, it was a lottery, so it's done. Like the lottery's over. Like the people who got it.
I'm glad
That would
to have
explain
mine.
it. That would explain a Facebook post from who was it? Was it Toy Dojo? One of them was like, "Hey, we are not sure how many we're getting yet.
Chosen
We're
Brian
going to hold."
was-
Well, a couple of them are like, "Yeah, we're going to hold off until we know exact allocation." So that would make sense.
I mean, I have my 3, and I have a Grenadier with the gray chest. I think T has my, I originally had a Grenadier with the purple, and I sold that one to T. But like, it's just so crazy. Like, I remember buying those figures for $60-$70 a piece,
Right.
and now
I'm gonna say I still like the bad cube bugs. I like the bad cube ones. I really like the bad cube bug core.
the Bad Cube ones, I believe,
good.
are getting reissued, and
They're
like
really
Bad Cube is back in the sense that they're reissuing.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And honestly, I would probably I'm a big MMC fanboy. I the MMC Insecticons have been on my short list, especially since you can get all 3 for $100.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about the gray vest, the bad cube one. That was probably one of my favorite transformation gimmicks of all time.
Because he is tune accurate.
So I'm the reason I brought this up is
But they're
this is totally different than what we thought, because now they're saying we're going to hold it back to create artificial scarcity. We're not releasing everything that we make.
It hasn't that been the Fan Toys way though, because I think everybody on here likes fans toys. I mean, I think Dave, you're probably in the minority there. But
that was just a rumor, right?
Yeah.
The rumor was that they were doing that. The reality was, at least what we heard was, they only produce about 5,000. And when it sells out, and that's it. But now we're hearing they're leaving it in the warehouse so they can sell it later.
I think it was I think it was somebody who didn't get shipped. The way you said it is they found it in the warehouse. They found it. I don't think it was, okay, let's let these guys go. It's, oh crap, what the hell is
I
this
think that's
over
a PR way of saying we held it back. I think that's just been bullshitting.
I'm inclined to agree with Matt there, because
okay, I was trying to be idealistic. Call me naive.
And look at it this way too. Fans Toys has a release schedule, right? And we see reissues on the release schedule. We knew Quietus was going to be coming up. We knew about other release redos that they were doing months and months out. And this was a straight up drop, overnight, popped up in everybody's news feed, and then it happened, and then it's done.
Can I Jeff Goldblum to your Gene Davis here? Got 2 words for you: Quake Wave reissue.
Yeah,
that's a deep cut of a Fly reference where he says 2 words for you: cheeseburger. Fans Toys got burnt once, so a lot of companies have figures that sit around and go on deep discount. Fans Toys has only ever had that happen once, and that was the Quake Wave reissue, because Quake Wave was in high demand. I remember when I was getting the itch to buy him, he was upwards of $320 on the aftermarket, kind of like these figures. Then they reissued him. Everything surged down. They got the reissue out just as Cloud9 came out with theirs, the Quake Blast, and then Takara Tomy announced Masterpiece Shockwave, so all that inventory sat. Quake Wave got deep discounted to I bought mine from Hung to Go, if anybody knows him, for $60, the clear one.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say too. Is that Quake Wave got reissued in different,
Just
you know,
one.
different flavor. Didn't they get different colors?
Yeah, he got a toy, tune, and clear variety.
that's
they were
plenty
going to
of
go ham
opportunities.
on it.
I also think too that Spindrift 2.0 is going to be in the same boat because he's still in stock everywhere, and his pre-orders never sold out.
But by the way, this is all rumor and hearsay. You know, we don't have any.
Nope, we're holding you to it.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
It's on the YouTube now. It's true.
I don't think Spindrift. I don't think Spindrift's going to suffer the same fate. I own the X-Transbots one, but the same token, I think that the Fans Toys Sea Spray is the best sea spray you can get.
It will sell out eventually. I mean, it's slow, but
I think Tesla is probably their like most sought after figure right now still, and that's a crap figure.
For some reason, Lupus,
yeah,
it's horrible, and it's actually
I don't think Lupus is horrible. I don't think he's the greatest.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating. But
my Lupus was horrible. That was the first one I opened, and I was like, ugh.
It's getting reissued, by the way. So if you want it, you can get it.
It barely
if you want to keep one mint in box.
Well, before we wrap up this episode, I guess we should talk about, and this is kind of in the same vein as this Fans Toys discussion. Now we know, you know, again, we're not going to get too much into the dynamics of COVID, you know, or, you know, shipping delays, but Yahoo Finance and several other outlets have reported that Hasbro toys are going to get more expensive as the costs of raw materials surge. I think this is interesting in two ways. I think one, Hasbro reported that, you know, 2020, despite all, was a good year for them. They actually had net gains on their stocks. I think the article here even states they had a 14% raise in first quarter sales in consumer products. And then they earned $1 per share. I think despite everything that's going on in the world, like everything that's going on in the world is temporary. And I think that things are starting to get back to normal. I think as families are having their dollar stretched even further, like the average person's having their dollar stretched even further, I think this is a bad move to increase the cost of goods, especially since I've been in Target this week and I've already seen the Shang-Chi figures for $22.99 in Target. I want to know what
That's only Katie so far. The rest of them are $19.99.
It's coming though.
So yeah. Yeah, so they've already said the next wave of the Hasbro, the Transformers, is going to be $22.99, not $20. But I don't really. That's $3. I'm okay with that.
It's $3, but in 2016 we were paying $14.99 for deluxes.
Yeah,
but they're, you know, I was going to say they're a lot better, but they're not really. I mean, some are.
Oh no,
the engineering is typically better. The materials are iffy.
No. As somebody just sold all their Titan returns, this is leaps and bounds better than anything Titan returns.
But I would pay $23 for what you're holding up, right? That's worth $23 easily. Yeah, like the whole wave, you know, Inferno, Huffer, like those are all worth a couple more bucks. Like I'm fine with it.
Sony only feels like that because he's used to paying a lot of money for Transformers.
Well, so I was
buy our common Transformers.
The price hike I was referring to earlier, it wasn't Hasbro. So I was referring to the Masterpiece skids released in American retail at $88. And so it was expected, Amazon usually about 30% cheaper, or what's the number? I forget.
30%.
Pake's throwing some shade here.
Yeah, Pake always throws shade. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So we expect, okay, $88 should be like 70 and change, right?
Yeah.
But it's $88. It's actually $89 with shipping. So the question is, well, who was mispricing? American retail or Amazon Japan?
I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that. I think with skids, he's a character that doesn't have the mainstream appeal, and I think that it's twofold. One, I think that for skids, they've kind of gone back to like the way they used to make masterpiece figures, and they kind of realize too that they are pricing themselves out of. They're pricing themselves out, like for lack of a better term. So they have to have figures that appear to be of value for collectors.
Yeah, because did Hound and Black Arachnia, Tigatron, did all of them sell out?
Tigatron, yeah, Sony, you got Tigatron for what, like 110?
No, I didn't buy Tigatron.
No, it was Paik then.
Paik bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I had waited on that, but like again, like FOMO strong when it comes to like main characters. Paik also just chimed in. He said Amazon Japan also started charging tax for international orders too. So accounts for some of the price differential. That's good to know.
But I mean, to see it at the same price, it makes me wonder, was American retail just charging extra? Like, were they just like, you know what?
I think they were.
We can make the money, so let's charge it.
Well, yeah, I definitely think they were, because they had to buy these figures. I mean, like, you go back and look at MP44, all of us got our MP44s for $320 shipped.
Right.
And, you know, you turn around and look at like BBTS. I don't think BBTS price gouges people too bad. Like, you know, we were talking about Hound, I mean, not Hound, but the Ironhide and Prowl 2-pack. Like, TF Source is charging $220 for that. Now, yes, it was an Amazon exclusive, but you got to wonder how these sites are allocating their orders and where they're getting them from, who's their supplier. Are they paying retail for them and then turning around and charging? But like, you know, obviously with MP44, BBTS still had a distributor somewhere and they were charging $500 for it. So they were in a way kind of setting a market price. And then you go to like the HasLab Unicron, and again, like, there's a figure, it was a Kickstarter. I understand the late tax on it, but you know, you go to a retailer, and a lot of these retailers helped kickstart the project. And yeah, that thing's probably a bitch to ship. It takes up a lot of space in your warehouse, but they're like doubling their money on it. So
the Paik just said, you know, not a secret, but BBTS and TF Source often set the price, and then everybody follows suit, right? They all
you know, if you go back and watch, you know, when Bobby first started doing his sit down Saturdays, and I mentioned Hung to Go on there, Hung ran a Facebook seller group for a long time, and he talks about that. He was selling Fans Toys figures for, you know, and he was still making a profit off of them, but he was charging $30 to $40 less.
That's still happening, by the way. There's a new guy that took over for Hung.
Yeah, and you know, again, I can't speak to his pricing. I know he's very sensitive about that, but it's not the discount that you used to get with Hung.
Hey, not to be rude, but are we going to be very much longer? Because I'm about to
No. We're gonna wrap this up soon.
Super rude.
Soon. But you know, I guess you know, my final thoughts was really, I don't think that Hasbro should be, you know, again, they've already raised their prices a couple times and they're making money still. I think as far as goodwill and keeping, you know, again, we've kind of
goodwill
talked
and
about
business
this.
are not hand in hand.
I understand that, but I feel in my heart of heart, I feel that if they raise prices again outside of what they've already done, they're going to lose out on casuals, and it's not going to be good for anybody.
Well, I think, I hate to say this, and this is my last thing, and not to beat that dead horse. I think literally the G.I. Joe experiment is showing that the casuals really aren't buying their stuff.
What do you mean?
Casuals don't get a chance to.
Well, sure, but is that a fault of the casual consumer, or is that a fault of bad
but the casual consumer never gets. You know what? The casual consumer isn't getting exposed to the product. So,
I think the real test is going to be Fortnite, because I do see kids buying those Fortnite figures, and I can see Hasbro running that property into the ground.
I'm just saying, you just saw how many figures I walked out of a store with today.
Sure. And I would, if I
if you were a casual and saw me walking out of the store with all that,
no, you'd think like some kid had a big ass birthday party.
No, because I was wearing a Star Wars mask at the same time and a Punisher shirt.
Okay, never mind then.
They were thinking me going best hug ever.
You should have gone to like the seasonal section and got a wheelbarrow to like further the.
And picked up a pack of Totino's pizza rolls and this is not the Snyder Cut. Throw a DVD.
100 tacos for $100. This should be enough sustenance for the Doctor Who marathon. I don't know. I just think that I don't think raising the costs is the right idea. Especially if they're turning such a profit. I understand the cost of raw materials has gone up, but I just think that this is not going to bode well in the long run, and I hope that it doesn't translate into a cost.
It's not the raw materials; it's more it's the freight.
Sure, and like I said, that's a temporary thing. It's all going to work itself out. I think they should eat it. And
as somebody in the import who's working with imports directly, I will tell you now that the way the supply chain is. What if space on a container was $30, just to go with a round number? If space on a container was $30 2 years ago, that same amount of space that was $30 is now going for $1,000.
$1,000, Jesus!
Because of space, because of the container shortage right now in China, they're having to pay bribes, trying to get their stuff bolstered onto there. Dude, if Nate was you do not know how that bottleneck is going. Remember, this is my industry of paying attention to our import frames, for wicker frames, for gas valve parts and such. It is scary right now.
Nothing's casual about Deluxe's buying.
Now I like Sony. You got him right there. He said, "I'm a casual buyer, casual like a crack addict."
Yeah,
so casual. Matt, Sony, you guys got any thoughts on this one before we wrap up for the evening?
I mean, I'm okay with a small price increase, but they got to bring the quality with the price increase.
Yeah,
I'll be with that. I'll back that up.
Yeah, I'm 100% there.
Close up those gaps.
Quality, paint, build, or even just accessories. Just
I don't want to be
a little something in there to make you feel like you're getting something for your money.
I don't want to be paying this and buying and then getting a Combiner War Prowl remold again.
I think with Transformers, they need to set a standard, and I think the thing that was great about the War for Cybertron's trilogy is that they seem to have done that. I just hate the fact that they do these trilogies, and I really want to see them make this a standard articulation, standard with the ports, standard with the quality and the paint. So hopefully they adhere to that, because Combiner Wars trilogy was a nightmare. You got a few nice figures in there, like we talked about Megatron, but otherwise it was to me it was a black eye on the franchise.
We bought them though.
We did buy them, and I sold them, and I turned a profit. So there's that. I got that TV as a result.
Hey, you lost 2 team members here. I think you got to wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Sony, again, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Of course, your TM reviews, everybody can check out your YouTube channel. You've got a lot of awesome reviews, showcases, and some live streams now, some gaming streams. So again, everybody check out.
We're 2 different people.
Yes, Sony and T are 2 different people, but you guys also do a show together with Pake for Life, and I will give Pake a plug. Check out Pake's channel, Pake for Life, and that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Thanks to everyone who came and hung out with us tonight, everybody that popped into the chat. You guys are awesome. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and kielbasa slam that like button, because it really helps out the channel. We want to get to 1,000 subs before the end of 2021. That'd be our greatest wish. So like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you all again next Thursday. Same
Good
Figure
night.
Action channel, same Figure Action time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Peace out. Good night, and we love you.
Palm in your face.
Yeah, we'll do the MGO thing.
See you guys.